What's going on, you beautiful people? So in this video, we are going to be talking about waging war against our mind, man. Waging serious war against our mind and being able to realize that the thoughts that we're having that are not good for us, that are against us, they are bad. They need to be waged war against. And they're not just something that we are going to let sit in our mind and just be able to fester, be able to turn against us, be able to get against us, be able to make us not go out there and do great things to the world. We don't want that. Of course we don't want that. So how should we view this? So this is a concept that got brought up to me. And they were basically saying that we should be looking at every single thought in our mind as Satan himself. Like he is trying to get into our mind and to stop us from going into doing great things for the Lord. Look at every thought in your mind that is, I forgot to clarify, that is not moving you forward, that is not elevating you, that is not letting you live in the fruits of the Spirit, the hope, the peace, the joy, the kindness, the loving, the long-suffering, all that stuff. It is not letting you live in that. We need to wage war against it and just stop letting it just sit in our mind. Also, not associating with it. That thought that is holding you back, that thought that is negative, that thought that is like making you hate people, that thought that is keeping you down here, the negativity, the gossip, all that stuff. It is not you. You're not going to have to associate with it because your best self is of God, is that place where you are peaceful, joyous, kind, all that great stuff. But we have to get ourselves to our best self. And when we stop associating with the fact that, oh, this must just be me. Oh, I'm just a negative person. Oh, I'm just somebody that hates all day long. I'm just somebody that watches TikToks and I want to just freaking hate on every single thing that I see. I want to hate on everything in the world. The world is terrible. It's like that, man. We know what that is, man. We know what that is. Now, how do we get towards the good things, man? I've been realizing that, I've had these negative thoughts in my mind that I've never really realized. And a lot of times it's just like, sometimes it's things you shouldn't even realize. It's just negativity in terms of making me a little bit lazy. Negativity in terms of like judging people. Negativity in terms of comparing myself to other people. Negativity in terms of worrying so much about how I'm being perceived and stuff like that. That is stuff that needs to be waged war against. And how do we wage war against it? What I have been doing is literally just going towards the opposite of that. So like when it comes to approval, a lot of times we want to seek other people's approval, or we're looking at how other people are perceiving us. How do we get out of that? I literally have it. For me, I have a mind palace in my mind, which is basically just a way of remembering things, but you can literally just write it down. For approval, I have a verse that goes against the approval of other people. So what it is for me is, do I seek to persuade men or God? If we seek to persuade men, we're going to go towards like wanting other people to look at us, say, oh, we're so amazing. And it's actually going to be a trap that traps us in that approval. You're not going to be able to do anything super creative. You're not going to be able to go out there, embarrass yourself, make big mistakes because you're focused on that approval. Now, this is something where I thought like, okay, now I know this. It's simple. But then I went out there and I went to go like do it, and I went to go out there into the world, and you realize how much you really are focusing on other people's approval once you have it set that you want to go against that. And what I realized is that it has to be something that we have to constantly bring into every situation that we go into, remember it over and over and over again. So I would literally be there at a Thanksgiving dinner with my girlfriend's parents. I would literally be saying in my mind, whenever I feel myself thinking about, oh, what are they thinking about me right here? Or like anything like that. I'm getting into that mindset where it's worrying me. I would literally say to myself, do I seek to persuade men or God? And it is something that brings me peace in that moment. It is something that frees me up. It allows me to have fun because I'm not focusing on myself. I'm focusing on just the funness of them and I'm pushing it outward. Now that goes for that. That is something that helps me with that. There's also other things in my life where it's like, let's say, we could go with this too. There's another one for, you think too much about kind of wanting everything to go right, your outcome to go right. One of the things I have for that, the verse I have for that, is for I am a shepherd. For the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And what that really means is being able to go into a situation knowing that we don't need anything. We don't want anybody to see us a certain way. We don't need anybody to look at us and like us. We don't need anything like that. And that frees us up for the outcome to come to pass and all that stuff. Another one that I have is, a lot of times we'll get into a place where we kind of like are judging somebody, or we're like kind of like being negative towards somebody, or somebody doesn't like us, or somebody's not giving us something that we are wanting, and it starts to get into this state where we're like where we're having a little bit of negativity towards that person, and all of a sudden we can't connect with them as well because we're kind of like thinking like, oh, like what's wrong with this person? Why are they talking like that? Why are they so biased? Why are they so negative? Why are they talking in a way that they're like, it's just like a lot of stuff they're putting on us. But one of the things that I have that this has been very tough for me. I have a verse that tells us that Jesus, in his last commandment before he went crucified, that he told us that he wants us to love other people as he has loved us. And you think about that, how he has loved us. It's crazy because he loved us so well. He loved us despite our situation, despite the negativity that we had, despite the ways that we thought in the past. And the more you get closer to him, the more you realize how much he loved you, even when you were thinking so negatively, even when you were thinking on this path that wasn't necessarily the right way. It allows me, in the moments where I start to feel myself get into that, where I am judging, where I am feeling that, to get into the love, to put myself back into that love. You get what I'm saying? Put myself back into that. Another one that goes along with this is that so along with loving others how he has loved us, he tells us so that they may see that we are a servant of Christ. So for myself, it's like I want to reflect Christ the best I can. So I'm going to try to fight for myself to be in that loving, compassionate, caring state. Now this is something I realized how much it really is tough, but it's so crazy because like I will be there and I know this stuff, but it's something that I have to continually work on, like continually tell myself in these moments over and over again, to remind myself of that, to pull myself out of that negative thinking. It's like if I don't do anything, my mind will constantly go to that. And I'm not saying that I'm like a negative, terrible person, but it's like subtly your mind will go to that and it prevents you from giving your best to that person, to anybody, to anything that you're doing, man. Like even if you're just doing work, you want to get work done, and you start thinking about it in a negative way. Oh, why do I have to do this? Oh, I have to get up today. Oh, it's so tiring. Oh, I got so much work to do. If you could remind yourself, I want to work as if I'm working for Christ, or if I'm working for God and not for human masters, all of a sudden that verse will get you and make you energized or ready. And if you constantly wake up every day telling yourself that you're working for God and not for human masters, imagine how powerful that is going to be for you. Like imagine how much more you're going to get done, how much more you're going to be motivated. If that is what you're struggling with right now, get that verse, write it down, put it on a sticky note on your mirror, put it on your forehead, I don't know, but like have it, just be saying it out of your mouth, have it be oozing throughout your mouth throughout the day. And that is how we combat it. That is how we go to war for our mind. This is something I want to share with you just so you realize that those negative thoughts are not yourself and we can continue to fight against it, man. Let's do this. Let's go to war and let's win this motherfucking war. I love you guys. Hope you're doing amazing today. Hope you're doing great today. Peace.